homesteading is often conjured up to be a extremely happy, exciting, fruitful movement that is just sunshine, butterflies, lots of tomatoes, and all the other fruits of the harvest. And it is that many times. There's nothing better than going out, working, and through the sweat of your own brow, being able to reap the benefits of planting and raising animals for a purpose. There's expectations of growth and ideas of basically returning to the Garden of Eden. And that's what everybody goes in to homesteading with the ideas of doing. Returning to Eden, I guess you could say. Creating a paradise on earth. And it's certainly possible to have a very rewarding lifestyle with this. But there are challenges. You've got to build up. You've got to usually take someone else's mess. If you're buying a homestead or inheriting a homestead or renting a homestead, take someone else's mess and turn it into something workable, something feasible, and something that fits your ideals and your values. It's a lot of work, a lot of sweating, a lot of cursing and cussing and being frustrated and not being able to achieve what you want within a certain given amount of time. And it's very easy to give in, to quit. It's very easy to say that I can't do it. And there's complications that go along with the challenges of just moving in, the day-to-day maintenance of the place, the animals. I mean, if you've got goats, for example, trimming hooves, feeding them, maintaining them, taking care of them. And I think this gets overshadowed a lot by the idea of returning to Eden and living this perfect lifestyle that has no issues. In a windstorm, trees are going to fall, limbs are going to fall, fencing will be hurt, sometimes destroyed, and you will have to replace it. There's sickness, there's mud, March mud month. It's a real thing. It's very nasty sometimes, but again, that ideal, that goal, returning to Eden, it's what keeps you going. Yesterday was a very difficult day. It was like any other Sunday, a typical Sunday. You wake up, go to church, go eat with the family, then return home. And yesterday around 1:30, 2 o'clock, our rooster, his name was Poppy, he died. And more accurately, he was killed. He was killed by a neighborhood dog, got loose. The dog is usually contained, but on that particular day, he got loose and he killed Poppy. We usually kept Poppy confined in a coop, but we let him free range during the day because generally it's safer. Now, we knew the risk, hawks and coyotes and neighborhood dogs and everything else, but we took that calculated risk because we're a fair ways away from any of those things being typically around. But on this particular day, Poppy met his match. And as sad and as heartbreaking as that was, we were able to look for a positive and find one. Poppy was made for a purpose. A rooster is made for a purpose. A rooster is the male of the flock. They're intended to guard, to protect, and to defend their hens that they live with. And that's what he died doing. The 3 hens did survive, and Poppy did what he was created to do. He fulfilled his destiny. And if there's anything good from this, he died doing what he was created to do. Now, obviously, we didn't want him to die. We didn't want him to go out in that way, but he did. And being the history buff that I am, can't help but think about the old stories of the Vikings and other warrior cultures that feared dying in bed. They feared dying in bed of old age, sickness, of something that was insignificant in their eyes. They relished the thought of dying on the battlefield, dying in the pursuit of a noble cause. And I think Poppy did just that. So, if there's any solace, anything to look to, it's that. And I know that seems like a very depressing story, and hopefully you can see the positive from that. But it did open up a doorway, a new path, and it really opened our eyes to what we need to do. There's some flaws here, some major issues that we have, and we're rethinking some strategies, and one of those is to make a new coop in order to keep our chickens safer, while also giving them the freedom that they deserve. And this time of reflection has created a sense of accountability that we didn't have before. It's our first big loss like this. We've had chickens for 2 years, and it's pretty devastating. So, thank you for watching this video. I pray for God's blessings upon you and your families, and I appreciate any prayers that you'll bestow upon me and my wife and our extended family.